Tonight on Denver 7 News at 6.
We have a large one-time balance.
Colorado finds a few $1 million in the couch cushions.
Now where to spend it?
This year we're buying down the debt that we really owe to our children in many ways through the budget.
Plus, people in Park Hill learned they're getting some new neighbors and they seem less than enthused.
I think it was disbelief.
President Biden bypasses Congress on gun control.
RTD hopes the federal government will bail it out for a project it's been promising for years.
And a small Colorado high school fields success.
Even though you come from small circumstances or you have the deck stacked against you or something comes out of left field, you can still turn that bad news into something amazing.
And we begin with breaking news tonight. The mass vaccination site at Dick's Sporting Goods Park has closed early because a number of people reported adverse reactions.
We are making calls right now to find out if anybody had to go to the hospital because of this. Now, this vaccine is the one made by Johnson & Johnson. Anybody who was supposed to get a shot today but did not will get it instead on Sunday. Well, the state of Colorado has come out of the worst year in recent memory with money to spare.
And turns out it's a lot of money. The legislature overcompensated with cuts in 2020 and now has tens of millions more dollars in the bank than expected.
As Denver7's Megan Lopez reports, lawmakers have several ideas on how to spend it and who to spend it on.
It's budget week.
It's not exactly the most exciting week at the state legislature, unless
Today was my 2-hour oral presentation of walking everyone through, all the decisions that were made.
you're Senator Dominic Moreno. For months now, he and the Joint Budget Committee have been looking at spreadsheet after spreadsheet, deciding how the state will spend its $34.6 billion budget. This year, Colorado's in a much better place financially, but historically within these numbers, a story of inequity.
Really, the pandemic has laid bare some real structural inequities in how the state functions.
So this time, the JBC is putting more focus on bringing more balance to the budget. On the health side, that includes an additional $6 million to address racial health disparities and $48.2 million more for hospitals that primarily serve low-income patients.
But also equity in how we administer our state's Medicaid program and making sure that the Medicaid program serves all populations equally.
The state's also working to restore cuts to education funding and spending $480 million to pay down the negative factor, or the money that Colorado owes to schools.
I always view budgets as a very moral document as well. So
Tyler Jackal from the Bell Policy Center says this funding is long overdue.
the state plays a very influential role in guaranteeing that there's more equitable funding for schools across the board, and that no student is really seeing kind of larger disparities.
Meanwhile, for higher education funding, the JBC has set aside $100 million for grants for low-income and first-generation students.
We are literally winning the race to the bottom.
MSU Denver President Janine Davidson says now is a pivotal moment.
We want our students of color to have the same opportunity for education that our white students have, frankly, and they're not there.
She's asked the legislature for $50 million over 5 years to help support underrepresented students earn their degrees. Even with these new investments, it will take years to address the inequities in Colorado's budget.
It really will require a very sustained commitment.
Megan Lopez, Denver 7.
Attorneys representing the King Soopers gunman are requesting prosecutors not speak with the media. The defense claims a DA's office is tainting their client's right to a fair trial and impartial jury by talking about the case in public. Now, the judge is unlikely to agree, and a decision will be announced within the next 3 weeks.
We've spent the last 2 weeks getting to know Ricky Olds. After hearing her family and friends describe her, we wish we'd known her better. Olds was a supervisor at the King Soopers on Table Mesa Drive in Boulder. At a memorial service today, her uncle remembered her as a young woman who fought through a tough childhood to become a kind, independent person.
I'm challenging all of you here today to live your life like there's no tomorrow. Be a little more understanding and caring. Let the people in your life know that you love them every day. Be the kind, empathetic, bubbly, compassionate, happy-go-lucky soul that Ricky was.
Ricky Olds was just 25 years old, and you will find information on how to help her family as well as the other families on thedenverchannel.com. President Biden is expected to take executive action on guns tomorrow.
Now, the extent of what the administration has planned is unclear right now, but Politico has confirmed that background checks for ghost guns will be part of the package. Now, ghost guns are weapons sold piecemeal online and nearly impossible to track.
We cannot regulate whether people who should not have guns have guns. For instance, prior felons, people with domestic violence convictions, open domestic violence cases, juveniles, people who are ordered by a court not to possess guns pursuant to restraining orders. There is no way to trace or regulate who possesses a ghost gun or who purchases the individual parts to put a ghost gun together.
If you're going to say that every sale of a gun part is something that's going to require a background check, then you're making the home repair of guns, fixing your own guns, impossibly cumbersome. And you're also wasting a tremendous amount of resources. The FBI is busy.
Ghost guns have been used in at least 2 shootings, most recently by a California teenager in 2019.
A city-backed homeless camp is coming to Park Hill. That was news to the neighbors, who will hopefully feel better about the situation after this report by our Ivan Rodriguez.
Park Hill United Methodist Church's parking lot will be home to Denver's newest homeless sanctioned camp, replacing the current one in Cap Hill. But neighbors right across the street are frustrated over a lack of communication and say they're concerned about how it will be managed.
I think it was disbelief.
For many people in the Park Hill neighborhood, they're just now hearing about this new neighbor, a safe outdoor space that will offer refuge for some 50 people.
It just didn't seem logical that they would put a homeless camp on a paved parking lot of the church.
Understandably, there are a lot of questions about what it will look like and how it will be run, but there's also frustration over the lack of communication from Park Hill United Methodist Church that this was even coming.
But I mean, the time to have had the conversation was before.
It was not our intent to disregard the community. It just came out before we were ready. We felt that we needed to tell our church first.
After seeing the success of the SOS site outside Denver Community Church, Laura Rainwater says they felt comfortable bringing a sanctioned camp to the neighborhood.
Somewhere around here will be the beginning of the fence line, and that's where there'll be a one entrance, one exit that will be monitored at all times.
The success at the Cap Hill site, including the placement of several former homeless people into places of their own, has been the work of Cole Chandler.
5 people in tiny homes, 2 into housing so far, and we've got 2 more that are about to be moving out.
Chandler says only the people who live in the safe outdoor space will have access to the services they provide.
We bring mental health and physical health and dental health services to the site. We bring outreach workers and case management to the site. We bring meals to the site every single day. We have trash and bathrooms and all the things that we all need in order to survive.
And despite neighborhood apprehension, he's committed to easing concerns through proof of their work.
I really hope that Park Hill neighbors can hear me authentically saying that we want to be good neighbors.
Neighborhood meetings are scheduled to take place in the coming weeks. The new SOS is set to open June 1st. Ivan Rodriguez, Denver7.
Several angry homeowners in Westminster are prepared to spend 3 days in court if it earns them the right to remove members of the city council. Now, this is a culmination of a dispute we've been covering since last August, when people started getting water bills that were hundreds of dollars more than they were expecting. Locals tried to recall council members as a result, but were told they had not met signature requirements. So that is being challenged.
RTD may rely on the federal government to finish the Northwest Rail line. In a Tuesday night meeting, members suggested that the Biden administration's infrastructure package will provide RTD with enough money to lay down tracks in Boulder and Longmont. Others urged caution. Coloradans have paid taxes on the line for the better part of 15 years. And RTD has previously suggested delaying the project by decades or scrapping it altogether.
State Health Department tonight monitoring 625 outbreaks of the coronavirus. That is up 45 from last week. And among the latest to make the list are the Keystone Ski Patrol and the Front Range Community College campus in Westminster.
Another 1,900 cases of COVID-19 and 19 deaths were confirmed in Colorado today. And doctors point to a number of factors behind the rise in infections.
It seems to be a combination of 3 things. Policies have been relaxed. People are tired. It's month 14. We're all ready to be done with this. And we have variants here. There is active infection spreading in the state. And if you're not vaccinated, you face a serious risk of becoming infected and spreading it to others.
Jefferson County, which just lifted its outdoor mask mandate 2 days ago, is now sliding from level blue to level yellow on the dial on Friday because of a spike in cases. That means more restrictions for restaurants and gyms.
Coming up, Colorado helps a rural high school football team level the playing field.
How excited are you?
On the scale of 1 to 10, I'm probably a 12.
No rain or snow for tonight and a warming trend on the way for tomorrow.